Help me reach 1,000 subscribers. If this story resonates, please like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one. Thank you. Peter never imagined a single comment could shift the foundation of a marriage. But one late evening it did. We were in the kitchen after midnight, plates drying on the rack, a bottle of wine nearly empty, the kind of quiet hour when defenses drop and couples talk freely. Nancy sat at the counter, scrolling through her phone, laughing at something on the screen. I asked what was so funny. She glanced up, half smiling. Nothing serious, she said. Just something that reminds me of my ex bigger personality, you know? Then she hesitated, tilted her head and added casually, actually, bigger in other ways too. She laughed, waiting for me to laugh with her. I didn't. I'm not easily rattled. I'm 40. Stable career. Calloused hands. The type of man who repairs what's broken without announcing it. Humor has never scared me. But jokes don't land randomly, they hit where truth already lives. And that one struck somewhere private. I felt warmth rise up my neck, then cool into something firmer. What do you mean? I asked calmly. She waved her hand. Relax, Peter. It's just a joke. You're being too sensitive. Sensitive. That word people use when they want to escape accountability. I rinsed a glass, letting the water fill the space between us. My mind drifted back to our first year, how she used to pull me close in hallways, how we talked until dawn softened the sky. I thought about how intimacy had slowly become scheduled, then rare, then uncomfortable. I never complained. I mistook patience for love. She kept smiling, sure the moment would dissolve. I set the glass down. If it's a joke, I said evenly, explain what makes it funny. Her smile faltered. She shrugged. Everyone compares. It doesn't mean anything. It meant something to me. Not because of comparison, but because of respect. A marriage isn't a stage for old memories. And in that moment, I realized how often I'd been reduced to the audience, nodding along as small remarks chipped away at my dignity. I wasn't angry. I was alert. If this sounds familiar, hit like and share this story so it reaches someone who needs it. Nancy noticed the change. Why are you turning this into a big deal? She asked, arms folded. Defensive. I breathed in. Because jokes don't sting unless there's something underneath them. And because you didn't stop to consider how it would land. She rolled her eyes. So now you're insecure? There it was again, the door slammed shut by a single word. I didn't raise my voice. No, I said. I'm clear. Clarity does that. It straightens your posture. I leaned against the counter. You don't get to invite your past into our bed, even as humor. And if comparison is how you entertain yourself, that tells me where we stand. Her mouth opened, then closed. The smirk disappeared. For the first time that night, uncertainty crossed her face. I'm not competing with ghosts, I continued. I'm here for partnership. If that's not enough, say it directly. The room went still. The refrigerator hummed like a witness. This wasn't about winning. It was about drawing a boundary aloud. Comment below with one word that fits this moment. Respect. Silence. Boundaries. She stared at the floor. I didn't think you'd take it like this, she said quietly. I nodded. That's exactly the issue. I walked into the living room and sat down. My hands were steady. I realized something then. Confidence doesn't shout. It sets terms and understands their weight. What would you have done in that moment? Stay, speak, or leave? Share your thoughts and subscribe for grounded stories about self-respect. She didn't follow me immediately. I heard cabinets slam harder than necessary. When she finally sat across from me, her expression had shifted, from defense to calculation. So what? She asked. You're going to punish me over a stupid joke? The word punish stood out. People reach for it when responsibility feels like an attack. I'm not punishing you, I said. I'm responding. One is control. The other is self-respect. I let silence sit, giving her room to be honest. She filled it with a sigh instead. You always take things too seriously. I thought about how seriousness is often mistaken for weakness. How men are expected to laugh off small wounds until they bleed quietly. Taking you seriously is how I've loved you, I said. She looked up, eyes narrowing as if love framed that way closed an exit. You're twisting things, she said. My ex doesn't matter. Then leaving him out of our marriage shouldn't be hard, I replied. Another pause. Longer this time. I could see the options lining up. Real apology, empty apology, or deflection. She chose the middle. I'm sorry you felt hurt. That sentence leads nowhere. I'm not asking you to manage my feelings, I said. I'm asking you to manage your respect. Her jaw tightened. So now I have to censor myself? I leaned forward. I'm asking you to choose us. And if that feels like censorship, then we're facing a bigger problem. The truth settled between us, quiet, heavy. I remembered something my father once said while fixing a leaning fence. If the post keeps tilting, it's not the post. You fix the ground or move the fence. I need time, Nancy said. So do I answered. Tonight I'm sleeping in the guest room. Her eyes widened, not at the distance but at the consequence. I wasn't leaving in anger. I wasn't pleading. I was choosing space. Alone that night, I replayed the years, the small jokes, the dismissals, the way closeness became transactional. I finally understood. Love without respect is a deal you keep losing. Morning arrived clean and ordinary. Coffee brewed. Sunlight touched the table. Nancy stood in the doorway, uncertain. Are we okay? She asked. We're honest, I said. That's the beginning, not the end. Over the following weeks we talked, real conversations. Some awkward, some painful. I stayed calm. I stopped accepting half apologies. I watched behavior instead of promises. When the jokes returned, quieter, testing, I named them every time. Eventually clarity returned. This time on both sides. She wanted admiration without accountability. I wanted partnership built on respect. Neither desire was wrong. They just didn't belong to the same future. The day we decided to separate was quiet. No shouting. No witnesses. Just two people admitting the fence had to move. I packed with the same steadiness I found that night in the kitchen. Outside, the air felt lighter, not victorious, just honest. I didn't leave because of a joke. I left because jokes reveal values and values shape homes. And this is what I learned. Confidence isn't about comparison. It's about refusing to shrink inside your own life.